class we continue working on our little pivots. So small tiny pivots, only 90 degrees, maybe tiny bit more, but they continuous pivots on one leg, and meanwhile a lot of stuff is happening to the free leg. So we might be doing lapis, we might be doing crulos, we might be doing crosses up front or on the back. But all these for continuous pivoting with little actions of free leg. Remember, this is just the preview. Take a full class at Classy Heels at Ultimate Tango. Enjoy! Great, so everything is nice and slow, and now we're gonna enter into the ochos area. But we're not gonna actually do full ochos. We're gonna delay the leg and do a little sort of an rosque. But let's practice with the ocho so we know what we're doing. So what is an ocho? The ocho reminds a figure 8. It's a lying down 8, so it's like a infinity sign. So it has to happen one way and the other way in order to complete the full 8, right? So we're gonna go forward and we already gonna turn our foot a little bit in the direction that we're going. Let's go first for the normal ocho. So the main thing is we need to arrive to our axis enough with our weight so we actually have the weight on the ball of the foot and this other leg is free. Now as we arriving, our upper body already creates the torsion as though we were on the other side already, right? So as we going forward with our hips, the upper body is already thinking about going the opposite direction. So as this happens, we create enough of a spiral that when we finally arrive to the leg, we are ready to turn and we can send the new free leg forward, yes? And as we're sending, already we compensate back to find our main point of reference, which is our front, yes? So we cannot be just, if we continue turning, we're gonna turn away. So at some moment, upper body needs to stop and redirect, so we have a new torsion, the one that we need for the next pivoting action. So we have our leg already working towards the new direction, and as this leg is extending, we're gonna start transitioning over and increasing our torsion in the new direction. And as this happens, the hips and leg are delayed in comparison to the torsion that is happening on our upper body. So the torsion already promises us that we are already there, and as the weight transit forward, we can pivot and start extending the new leg. So we have a choice, we can stop here, but normally since we want a continuity of the collect and extend action, right, we're gonna start extending so we can start transitioning, so we can start torsioning and turning, and the same thing on the other side. So the action becomes quite smooth, right? And normally we wanna a little bit delay this back leg so we have time to generate that torsion, yes? If we delay too much, the leg is gonna wind up behind, right? But if we go too fast, that's a different action. And actually that's the action that we're gonna work on right now. So normally we're delaying this back leg, we're doing all the torsion that we want, and as we are pivoting, we're taking the leg. Here we're gonna speed up the leg, delay the torsion. So we still create enough torsion, but now instead of sending the hips, we're gonna delay the standing leg, start standing the free leg. So the torsion we had, we kind of using still as the free leg is coming in, right? So torsion, it cannot be the torsion freezes and you bring the leg, because now we are completely even, right? So as the leg comes in, the torsion needs to continue. And we're gonna cross that leg up front. So before we work on that, let's look what's happening to these feet. So when the leg comes forward, we're not gonna just collect normal, we're gonna add it a little bit of flair and we're gonna go sideways. It's not gonna look like this, but that's the kind of intention, right? So you're gonna try to go very sideways to come to this cross. Because the movement, the torsion and the pivot is happening at the same time, it's never gonna look like this, completely sideways, right? But that's your intention. If you try to go flat, when you're turning, it's gonna look like this, right? So you wanna open a little bit more here to pass and cross. So let's practice back, almost sideways and cross up front. Back, almost sideways and cross up front. Back, almost sideways, cross up front. Take a step forward, let's do the other leg, so same thing. Normally we have this position, so we just collect, we pass and we extend. But now we're gonna exaggerate a little bit. We're gonna open almost sideways and cross up front. Back, almost sideways, cross up front. Back, almost sideways, cross up front. Back, almost sideways, cross up front. Back, almost sideways and cross up front. Let's change. So now let's add a little bit of the pivoting action. So let's do sideways. So I have a little bit of space, I will not walk into your room. We're gonna start with the leg that is closer to you, closer to the front, and it's gonna generate a cross. So we're gonna go forward, we're gonna start increasing the torsion, right? Delay the standing leg, start sending the free leg as we continuing with the torsion, right? So you remember how we said you're collecting almost sideways? Well, the torsion continues and now we turn. Still, the hips turn more than the upper body needs to reverse, right? So here the same thing. We go forward, we have a little bit of torsion, we delay the standing leg, instead we start sending the free leg, continuing with the torsion, yes? And we turn. So go forward, delay the standing leg, let the free leg pass and turn. Go forward, delay that standing leg and pass. Forward, delay, pass. Forward, delay, pass. Forward, delay, pass. Don't forget about those torsions. Forward, delay, pass. Forward, delay, pass. Forward, delay, pass. Now, the next element that we're gonna need is also gonna be coming from the forward cross. Now, this time, before we turn, as though we were going into those ochos, yes, that amount of turn, no more than that, we're gonna add rulos to it. So, what type of rulos? Don't forget to subscribe!